Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or nah review on a new setting spray. So this is Milani's new Make It Last setting spray. And the cool thing about this is that it does have sunscreen, which is pretty freaking cool, especially because we're like about to step into summer. It's something that definitely we need. So I did go ahead and purchase this on Milani's website. And I have a full face of makeup on right now because I'm gonna be testing this specific product out on one side of the face. I'm going to leave the other side untouched just to see if there's a big difference between the two sides. I think that's the most fair way that we can really see if it makes a difference compared to, you know, not having it on. So it's supposed to keep my look in place and also protect me from the UV rays. It's supposed to keep your makeup set and fresh for up to 16 hours of wear. This is cruelty-free, vegan, and made in the USA. What I'm gonna do today is, like I mentioned, I'm gonna put half of it on this side and then none on this side. And then I will also include a clip of me wearing it barefaced with no product and my update at the end of the day so you guys can see. So you guys can see both sides of it. But I really do want to test it out with makeup for the full day because I want to see if it will protect my makeup and keep it in place. It claims to protect it for up to 16 hours and also the sunscreen part. Now I do quickly, before I put it on, I want to mention a few things. The first thing is that I actually already have sunscreen underneath of my makeup. So I went ahead and did my moisturizer, First Aid Beauty moisturizer. Then I went ahead and did my First Aid Beauty sunscreen of 30 SPF, which I have been using non-stop ever since I purchased it. I'm obsessed. I do have a review. I will link it down below so you guys can watch it in case you guys are looking for a good sunscreen that is sensitive friendly. So I have that on. And then of course I have foundation. For foundation, I do have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I've been really enjoying that foundation. I feel like it works really well with my skin. And it is matte, so it's gonna help keep me matte for a good part of the day. This does not claim to be a matte setting spray. I think it's more so of a setting spray that, from what I've been reading, it's just gonna make sure that the makeup stays in place all day long. Now, I've had a lot of you ask me questions like, okay, so you put on your sunscreen and then you put on a full face of foundation. How are you gonna retouch your sunscreen? Like, how are you gonna go about, are you gonna reapply sunscreen over your foundation? Are you gonna reapply your tinted moisturizer if that's what has sunscreen? So what I've recommended for a while now is, yes, you want to put on your sunscreen underneath your foundation, or you can also, you know, go in with a foundation that has sunscreen. And then what I personally have been doing, especially last year, because this was my favorite product, was I was using, and it still is one of my favorite products, the Seriously Fab Zinc It Over. Now this only has 25 SPF, which is less than the 30 SPF by 5, but I love this because it consistently reminded me to reapply through the day. So it was setting my face, but it was also making sure that I reapplied it. So that's kind of what we're testing this for. And I will have this one linked down below because I really love this and I use this all during the summer because I feel like, yeah, you know, it's great to have sunscreen under, but if you are wearing a full face of makeup, how are you gonna make sure that the sunscreen is continuously being reapplied and is actually really protecting you, especially if you are going to be outside for the day? And that's where sprays come into place if you do wear makeup and you're looking for sunscreen to reapply through the day. So we're gonna go ahead and apply this. It comes in this type of packaging. In here you get 2.02 ounces and it does retail for $13.99. So I always like to go ahead and just kind of spray it out because these can, you know, really not be the best when you're there we go. So the spray comes out really evenly, super fine, which is very important, especially if you are wearing a full face of makeup. There's nothing worse than having your makeup legit like get ruined because a few bad sprays came out. So always test it. Right away, I definitely smell the sunscreen in here. So we're just gonna do this side. Okay, it literally reminds me of the sunscreen with the little girl and the dog and her like pants are like about to like come off. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that sunscreen, that's legit what this smells like. Like, it legit smells like sunscreen. Something else I want to point out about this sunscreen is that when you're spraying it, the reason I was spraying it so much is because it literally didn't feel like I was coming in contact with anything. Usually with my sprays, even my Morphe mists, which are very, very fine, I can feel like that like sensation of something over my skin. But this one, it wasn't until those last sprays where I really kind of started to feel a little bit of it. Now, here's the thing. You guys know I do have sensitive skin, I do have rosacea, and if you have sensitive skin or rosacea, you know how hard it is to find sunscreen that doesn't irritate you. So because this is smelling so strongly like sunscreen, I'm a little bit worried that it may irritate me through the day. So far, I'm not feeling anything whatsoever, which is good. I also feel like having a barrier between just the bare skin and the sunscreen can definitely help you not feel, you know, the sensation or any type of tingly feeling immediately or even at all. And I think because I do have foundation over my face, I can't feel that. But it's on over here. It literally doesn't feel or look like I have anything on. And also when you squirt it, let me squirt it on my hand. Like it goes clear. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry if you guys can see like my small little hairs. But it goes clear, so it doesn't look like there's a white residue. It definitely does give you, if you guys can see, a little bit of almost like a radiant finish, like a little dewy, and it does feel kind of oily. But right now it is kind of a late of a start. It's 2:30 p.m. as you guys can see, but I do plan on wearing this for the entire day. I will give you guys a check-in in a little bit so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. And then I'll see you guys at the very end of the day, probably around like 10 or 11-ish, just so that we can get a really good long wear day. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Let's hope that this keeps the makeup on in place. Claims to do it for 16 hours. We're not gonna hit the 16-hour mark because I mean, I typically don't wear my makeup for 16 hours, but we're gonna see how this does for as long as we can. So I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so right now it is 7 p.m. and I've been wearing this for, I wanna say about 4 hours or so. No, 5 hours. Because I think the last time I saw you guys was 2. So yeah, 5 hours. This is what we're looking like. So far, I feel like it all looks pretty good. This is the side without the setting spray, and this is the side with the setting spray. So you guys can see what it looks like. I feel like they're both pretty similar, to be completely honest. I didn't have really any irritation from the sunscreen setting spray right on my cheek, but I did have some around my mouth, which is really weird because I typically don't have irritation or any type of weird feeling around my mouth when I do put on sunscreen. Typically it's just on the cheek area, but it was just around the mouth area, but it actually went away in probably like 10 minutes after I went off camera. So that's the only thing, but this is what we're looking right now. Now I did say I was wearing a mask because I did go to Target to pick up some things, but I feel like it's not bad. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's okay? I expected this to be a little bit more oily, but we're actually holding up really well on both sides, so I'm definitely really pleased. So I'm gonna continue on for the rest of the evening up until I hope 10 or 11, and I'll come back and give you guys my final thoughts behind the camera. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so I am back right now. It is 11:15 p.m. as you guys saw very quickly, but I wanted to make sure that I stood true to what I said about coming back around 11 p.m. because I wanted to really get a good wear test out of our Milani setting spray. So I think I have some good well-developed thoughts. So I have to say that this is the side where we are wearing the setting spray. Everything looks pretty much in place. There are some areas right around here where I feel like some of the product has budged just a little bit, as opposed to the side where we're not wearing any setting spray. I feel like it stayed a little bit better. Now I do have to say, one, I was out running errands like I mentioned earlier, so I did have a mask on, so that could have played a part in it. But I do have to say this side, when it comes to the product staying on the face, on a little bit better than the side with the setting spray. And then I also did eat outside and it was really hot, so I feel like it held up pretty well. I would have to say that I think for $13.99, it's definitely worth it, more so for the sunscreen aspect of it. I feel like this is definitely one of those products that I feel like for my people that are really concerned about retouching the sunscreen and reapplying it through the day, I think this will be great. I feel like for somebody that's looking for a really good makeup setting spray that's gonna like lock and ensure everything stays in place, then anything else, doesn't seem any different than anything else that I've tried in setting spray aspect, but I think for the sunscreen aspect, definitely really good. The only thing, just be mindful that if you don't like the sunscreen smell, it smells a lot like sunscreen when you first apply it. I want to say like the first hour or two you can smell it, but I feel like if you're somebody's gonna be reapplying it, you're gonna smell it consistently. But I definitely see myself keeping this in my purse, especially for the days where I may forget to apply sunscreen under my makeup. I will include in this video a clip of me wearing this for a day without any foundation or makeup, because you can also wear this without makeup. It doesn't just have to be with makeup. Hey guys, so I'm back. It's a new day, fresh face. So I did mention that I wanted to put on this sunscreen makeup setting spray without any makeup. It does say on Milani's website that you can use this without any makeup, just for like the sunscreen purposes. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna test it out and I'm gonna come back and give you guys my final thoughts at the end of the day and let you guys know how it does. Right now I don't have any makeup on. The only thing I do have on is gloss, of course. I'm using the Lip Bars gloss in Baddie. I do have my First Aid Beauty oil-free moisturizer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and shake this. Whew. That sunscreen smell is intense on this still. So that's just something to note. But so far it's not feeling weird at all. Usually sunscreen will tell me right away if it feels weird. I do feel like I got a little bit in my eye, so just be mindful of that. I don't know how, my eyes were closed. But I'm just gonna go ahead and wear this, and then I will come back at the end of the day and let you guys know if it irritated or anything. But I think so far so good. My skin has been thriving. I exfoliated it and I did a mask, and the mask just worked wonders. It is the end of the day and I wore the sunscreen. I have to say I had no issues with it being irritating or anything like that, and I was actually sitting in front of the sun, and it's nice because I had it with me, so I was able to retouch it whenever I felt like it was time. The only thing, like I mentioned before, is that I do feel like with the sunscreen spray you can really smell the sunscreen. That's just an FYI. Also, I feel like I just have a lot of sensitivities to sunscreen when it comes to my eyes, so I feel like my contacts kind of got like fuzzy from, I guess, the product. So that was like my only thing. There's no irritation, thank goodness. So yeah, we're thriving and shining. So those are pretty much all my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this new Milani product. Have you guys tried it? Have you not tried it? Will you be trying it out? I want to know all the tea, so let me know down below in the comment section. You guys know that I love starting conversation with you guys because you guys always fill me in with the best beauty tips and advice. So let's start a conversation down below. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are notified every single time I upload. I really hope that you guys do join our family of makeup and fun because we are growing and I want to get to 50K. So go ahead and become a member of family here on YouTube. That being said, I love you guys so much. Hope you're staying safe and blessed. I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.